So Marcus, it looks like he's helping Jay, not that he's destroyed him.
Yeah, I was looking like he's looking for vengeance. No, this is the same look that Bruce Wayne had when his parents died in Crime Alley. Right there. Ah! Or Peter Parker holding his Uncle Ben. Ah! But
Or
at
when
the
he
same
killed
time,
Mary Jane. No.
Yeah. Ah! Oh no.
Gwen when he killed Gwen Stacy.
Yeah. Ah! Vengeance is mine. Let the truth set you free. The origin of Drew McIntyre.
Isn't that R-Truth's line? He shouldn't be using that.
R-Truth gave up the trademark, Manny, unlike the person who holds Yeet. Is holding it down firm.
Yeah, she's holding it down firm. I believe they have the same surname as actual Booker T.
I can't wait for Casey Huffman to be signed by the WWE. What is it?
Casey Huffman.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Huffman to be signed by WWE, only to never be used and released moments after release.
When they obtain the trademark. Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, one half of the Kings of the Ropes. And over there,
it's the other half. The other half of the Kings of the Ropes. A man who's looking in the beyond place of all of South America and Mexico.
A man that also hasn't fixed his goddamn finger. Look how disgusting that looks.
What? Yeah. Ah! I should. It's mangled and I'm dead. You know what? I'm used to it now. I'm used to it not using it.
You know what? Your hand looks like when I do my double jointed stuff to my fingers. See, look at my hand. Normal, all normal.
Mm-hmm. Ah! Why? Why are you an alien? Man, you should use that. I don't know why you're not using that in zombie movies.
I'm not a freak.
Like, look what I can do.
They don't pay for freak shows these days.
They do. People still pay for freak shows. You just get a tent and you say you want to see something weird, and you just walk in the room and be like, ah, and then kids go, ah, and you make your $5. Freak shows are always going to be in. Just ask Abaddon.
Well, that's a whole different story, Marcus. But so we've already elaborated on the news. Jey Uso can no longer use the yeet. Many YouTube videos are saying WWE had banned it. They have not banned it. They just can't use it because it is trademarked. So I guess he can say it, but he can't necessarily use it as a gimmick and sell merchandise because it's already trademarked.
Son of a bitch. I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't have this on my 2023 bingo card of 1, yeet being over as a chant, and 2, that Jey Uso can't use it. I thought this was a universal word that he was just like, oh, I can just throw it out there. He put it on his shirt. It's over. Yeet.
But they're going to play it off as a storyline. You can have Roman say he didn't want the yeet anyway, so no yeet.
That's bad yeet. Roman already knew. I don't like that. That's why we don't do it. Oh, because trademark my tribal chief. Yes. By Casey.
And then the other big story coming out. Yesterday it was saying Randy Orton's contract is coming to an end in end of 2024. But WWE may add a year and a half of you were injured.
Excuse me. You would go for 18 months. Randy, we know about your back.
Yeah, we know about your back. And then AEW let go of their. Some people are saying their vice president or head of production, Kevin Sullivan, not the wrestler.
I thought he was the leader of the Dungeon of Doom.
So expect a Tony Khan announcement coming soon of a new vice president, I'm assuming. And what else are we looking at?
Manny, would you care? Hold on. Does anybody care about this guy? Do you know what he did?
No.
Yeah, and I'm not going to watch Dynamite going like, if Kevin Sullivan was doing the show this week, this would have been a great episode. How dare they? No, I'm not going to.
But this is all in line with everything when people are coming and going from AEW now. That saying, they're changing the way they're doing the shows. They want to be more. It's conflicting though, because they're trying to be more like New Japan, where it's billed as a sport, which I thought was always the plan anyway for them.
Yeah, they lost their way a long time ago between cinder blocks being hit in the back of the head and people drinking blood.
Yeah,
Robert
yeah, and then it was just I'm looking at it like, if they're continuing with the story and still being trying to be storyline driven, there's more sports entertainment than they are just professional wrestling.
Yeah. Am I the only one that doesn't care about sports-based wrestling? Why would I care?
I don't get it. I don't get it, because you have to entertain, and realistically, if you're what you have to really be like, MMA sometimes has no storylines unless the fighters have just made something into it to make it personal. So you watch it.
Yeah, but it's real.
There's no it's real, but there's no reason for me to watch it. It's not that entertaining half the time.
Yeah. I watch MMA to watch people get knocked the fuck out and going, oh! And, you don't watch it for drama or anything, because it's a real sport. It's real. In wrestling, I'm not watching it for a sport. Because if I wanted to watch wrestling as a sport, I would watch Olympic Greco-Roman style wrestling.
Yeah, but that's what New Japan kind of is to most people.
Yeah, but that even they have like gimmicks and shit, and people with personalities. Sports ain't drawing nobody.
You have to make things wacky. You have to add all these things. You need to make it a variety show, or you're gonna have a niche audience, which sometimes is good for some companies. But if you really want to establish yourself and make a big name for yourself, you really have to broaden your net of what you're trying to capture people in.
Yeah, if you're telling me I want to do a sports-based wrestling promotion, you're basically saying I want to do missionary every night. No, we're switching it up. We're changing the game. It's the truth. It's the truth. We're going to go in here and have boring sex each time. No gimmicks. No talking.
Who did Roman say that to?
Huh?
Who did Roman say that to?
He did say that. That is a Roman thing.
He said that. I don't know who he said. I can't remember who he said that to. But he said that, and that's why I thought you went down that road.
I forgot about Roman saying that. I think he may have said it to Cody. I felt like it was a Cody thing.
I don't know if it was Cody.
LA Knight?
No, it wasn't that recent. So like we're probably it's around the timeline of Cody. Maybe it's Kevin Owens. He did fight him 3 times.
Maybe. Yeah, let's just go with Kevin and say yeah. But I just feel like sports, you need the silliness of wrestling for it to be entertaining and to draw people in. Just think about the things that are over in 2023. People screaming, Adam! That is a thing. Although I'm annoyed by that because I watch Collision. He's yelling at like Samoa Joe and stuff. And I'm like, that's annoying now. You have that. You have people just quoting LA Knight or and stuff like that. And you have Roman and all that. All the cinema, as they call it, of the Sami bloodline storyline ended this year. Still this year, people. It's still this year. That's the stuff people come in for. No one's here to watch. I was think like, oh, let's see them grapple. Like, that's my whole issue with this whole what is it called? Continental Collision Tournament, whatever it's called. Always mix it up.
Oh yeah, the classic.
Yeah, I don't care. All the matches are the same.
I wouldn't care so much either, but it's just I need to be drawn into. So I don't even enjoy the G1. Just if we get it to there as well, I don't watch it. Thing is, I don't venture over there unless it's Wrestle Kingdom. I don't really venture over to New Japan unless Marcus really emphasizes I need to watch something.
Yeah, and even then,
but like The G1 Classic, you do, or climax. It's climax, right?
It's a climax. It's a climax. They're not doing
Uh,
anything classical over there.
the G1 over there, like you really have. They do have bangers of matches, occasion like all the way through the tournaments and stuff. But like,
Not all the way. You know, they do some fun, weird stuff. They do gimmick stuff too. It's not just straight
yeah,
up
it's
matches.
but like it's not interesting unless you really want to be into it. It's not that as interesting as you want it to believe. Like at least a King of the Ring tournament, a one night, like not even a one night. When it used to be one night was interesting.
Yeah.
When you got longer rest periods between weeks, it's like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're just trying to
For
fill
me-
time on a show.
For me, a good tournament is something that leads into a storyline. And I'm going to use the most recent example of the quote unquote Logan Paul United States title tournament. We all know Kevin Owens is winning it. I believe.
Apparently,
It's
he's
Kevin
injured.
versus Logan. Huh?
Apparently, he's injured, but I think it's a work injury.
Yeah, you never know. Who knows? But I'm saying that's the storyline into it. They're gonna have this tournament. Someone's going to win it. It's either going to be Kevin Owens or they're going to save Kevin Owens for something else. And eventually him and Logan Paul are going to quote unquote collide. Yeah. But it's a small, short tournament, similar to whatever NXT is doing right now with their little qualifier for the thing. It's done. It's quick. I don't need anything to be long and drawn out. Just give me stories. I'm more interested on who's the devil than I am into the Continental new title.
I'm not interested anymore. It's gone on too long. It's gone on too long.
Manny finally got Uncle Howdy with the devil.
Yeah, it's like it's become Uncle Howdy and all the way the Bray Wyatt stuff when he was coming back, and it was like it was taking too long to get to any point, and it's taken too long because Adam Cole's injury recuperation is taking a little bit too long. But Marcus, let's get into the show.
Oh yeah, we still haven't did that yet.
Yeah, let's get into the show. Raw came from Albany, New York, where my family in New York is from.
Oh, fantastic! So Manny has really important insight into how the crowd reacts tonight.
No, I don't. I have nothing. It opens up with Drew McIntyre, who takes a shot at CM Punk instantly. Apparently, you get fired, released, leave, do what you want, and come back to the company, and you're instantly forgiven. Everyone starts chanting CM Punk, but he says, I could be talking about anybody.
Manny, in that same vein, he could also be talking about himself.
He could also be talking about Randy Orton.
Yes. Randy Orton's never been fired.
Yeah, but
he's been damn near close.
I mean, let's not forget that Randy took a shit in someone's bag.
Yep. Let's not forget young Randy Orton and his shenanigans.
Says Seth could have given the title match to anyone on the roster. He says Seth stuck it to him by giving it to Jey Uso. When even though he beat him 2 weeks ago, his man still has a point.
He's still has a point. He's telling the truth. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is like me going out there and winning, going to the NBA Finals, but yet I'm winning every game in the season, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, Marcus? You are not making the playoffs this year. Why?
No, it's like you scoring 10 billion points across the season. Impossible. It's virtually impossible. But then at the end of the season, they go, you know what, Marcus? You don't deserve MVP.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You did something that's completely ridiculous with your 9 million points and your 7,000 rebounds and your 14 million assists. You are not the MVP this year. What else could I have done? You could have won. I didn't win.
He says Jey Uso is capable of giving an apology, but his time is coming. Sami Zayn comes out. Drew tells him he's the one person in the world that deserved to get screwed over by the bloodline. He was part of the bloodline. He joined them because he was running away from Drew. Then he screwed them over. What did he think was going to happen? I thought you were a smart guy. You deserved it.
You know what? When you put it in that context, yeah.
He's true.
He's true. Everything Drew has said is nothing but fact. The problem with what Drew is saying is you don't like the way he's saying it.
Yeah. Sami realizes that they are not alike. He isn't a delusional person who points the finger for their own shortcomings. When he lost in front of his family and let everyone down, he stayed hungry and driven, which carried him to win at the main event of WrestleMania. He got redemption to make his family proud. Do you think you're making your family proud?
Manny, as I pull a hat off the wall and I put it on, as the kids say, Sammy's capping. He's capping. And the reason I'm grabbing this gimmick is because Sami Zayn, before he joined the bloodline, Manny, what was he doing? He was making a documentary about a conspiracy theory that people are holding him back. He is a liar. What do you mean the difference between you? You lied for about 2 years and we still haven't got this documentary about this conspiracy.
Yeah.
Why don't you admit there wasn't a conspiracy, Sami? And I'm probably the only one. Damn, I'm never putting that hat back up there. And I'm the only one calling about his bullshit. Tired of this.
So
Drew like this.
They end up having a match. Really good match. Sami hurt his ankle or leg. He was selling the ankle.
He was selling all of the leg. That man's gonna get off. And Santos said they may have to amputate the leg.
Which led to Sami being vulnerable at one point to the eventual Claymore, and Drew picks up the win. Do you know what, Marcus? This technically only had about 6 minutes of build.
What,
3 minutes from last week? No, in terms of story, from 3 minutes from last week, and then like whatever they had before this match, and solid. It added to it. It was perfect.
Yep. I thought they told a really good story. This was a really good match. I was entertained. I thought Sami's leg injury was sold really well. Although I do question the referee continuing the match, knowing that a man's leg might be broken. And then counting to 3 when that man gets claymored in the head. Did not care about safety at all. But he was upset with Drew when Drew did the chop block. What else I'm gonna do? You're not stopping the fight.
The chop block's not an illegal move.
Huh?
The chop block's not an illegal move.
I know. It's not. It's not. But I'm just saying the referee was really upset about, like, how could you attack this man's leg? How come you won't stop the
match? Drew takes out Sami in the back, stating he brought this on himself.
Yeah, and that was unnecessary.
No, what was unnecessary, Marcus? Do you know, if I'm laying there with my ankle all bust up and everyone just crowding around me trying to get me towards the hospital or something, I don't need Jey Uso coming up there and going, "It'd be all right. It'd be all right. It'd be all right. I'll get him. It'd be all right." Jay, you ain't helping me at this moment in time.
No. I need a real doctor. But I believe this match between Drew and Sami and segment kicked off a really nice showcase of wrestling on this show overall.
Yeah.
I thought they had a really good, these are a lot of good matches. Even the next one.
Marcus, they all focused on wrestling this week. I did not understand what was going on. There was hardly any nonsense. Do you know what this tells me? Vince is truly gone, Marcus, because this doesn't seem like a script was ripped up an hour before the show.
Yeah. No, Manny, I knew Vince was gone for multiple reasons. And one, you can say Shayna Baszler on the show. It's one. 2, tag team wrestling was back. If it had ever been there, with DIY in a 2-on-3 falls match against Imperium in a match that has no title implications whatsoever.
None.
We're just gonna have a tag team wrestling match.
Yeah, so Shayna Baszler took on Nia Jax. Shayna wants to remind Nia why she put her on the shelf for 2 years. Nia confronts Becky about having a couple of fights that Becky has on the horizon. Becky confirms she is number 1 on that list, saying she still owes her a receipt. Nia wins with
Yeah.
the Annihilator. It's weird to say, Marcus. Nia Jax had an actually really good match, but she did.
Yeah, I don't know where. I don't know. Again, as we talk about the year coming to a close, did not have Nia Jax returning and being one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
Best return of 2023.
Yeah, like out of nowhere, she returned in quote unquote better shape, and her shit looks good. Everything she's doing is good. Her heel work on when she's just doing ad libs in the ring is good. Her move set, just like everything looks crisp and good. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened in this time away?
Yeah.
Is this not Nia Jax? Did she just become a student of the game?
Student of the game.
Was Vince McMahon hindering the career of Nia Jax somehow? I don't understand what was going on. Like, it's a completely different person.
Yeah. Moving to DIY versus Imperium, 2 out of 3 falls match. In the back, Ludwig reminds Giovanni how important this match is, and he better not mess this up for him. Imperium get the first fall, DIY get the next fall, both being roll-ups, and then DIY win with the meat in the middle. And you see Giovanni tell Ludwig he has to explain that to Gunther. This one is on you. And you do see Ludwig explain to Gunther in the back of a segment when Priest is talking to his boys at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was weird. I really wanted to see that confrontation, but maybe we'll have to wait till next week.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's something that's left for next week when I believe Gunther will probably make his epic return onto the show or something. I thought this was a really good match. The main question about this match, did it help DIY? Because as we've said on this show, they were just dead. They're kind of just existing. There's no steam behind them.
It didn't, because all that came out of this is sure DIY won this, but it feels like it was kind of just Imperium's feud. Like this is just an Imperium implosion kind of thing. Nothing to do with DIY. Yes, they were the antagonists that Gunther wanted him to solve this problem, but Gunther hasn't dealt with either of these two, so it just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't help DIY in any shape or form.
I think though what it was trying to do and what they're trying to do, establish the tag team division. I think that was the goal for this episode for all wrestlers, all hands on deck. Yes, we're gonna have our 2 bookend singles matches with Sami and Drew, and then Jay and Seth. But in the meat and potatoes of this show, all tag team wrestling, men, women alike. And I guess Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are there.
So, Marcus, we've got this comment, and all I can think of is the
Halo thing.
I can't remember his name. Metaphor.
Noam Dar.
Supernova. Noam Dar. That's it. Hello.
You silly people. Supernova 11. The blackest man in wrestling.
So we go to the back where the Creeds are squatting the New Day. The New Day tell them to focus on the Judgment Day, but they say they have proved they belong on Monday Night Raw, hanging with the GOATs last week. Alpha Academy say they're proud of them and offer up additional training. Julian thanks them, but they are going to stick with their secret weapon, Ivy Nile, who he claims is going to neutralize Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley will eat her for dinner.
Yeah, not only eat her for dinner, serve her scraps to the homeless.
And then Maxine squats Tozawa.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Tozawa weighs nothing. We can squat Tozawa.
Tozawa weighs about I say 190. So that's a good squat. I feel like it's a good squat. Maxine has no muscle, Manny, or rhythm. Also, she was out of rhythm in Limited Solid.
She never has rhythm. There's various videos posted over the last couple of days with Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, and Maxine. And one of them, they were dancing. Again, who has no rhythm?
White girl.
Disgusting.
But tag team wrestling, again, the focus.
Yeah.
Multiple tag teams. I can't believe WWE has a better tag team division than AEW. That's where Matt and Jeff are drawing the line.
Yeah,
This is ridiculous.
The AEW tag division has died.
Yeah.
It was the
Like,
best.
They had 1,000,000 tag teams. Then they created the trios. And then you're like, you know what? No more tag team wrestling. Like, that was it. We're not taking it serious anymore.
We go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, Marcus. R-Truth gets the Clubhouse a new TV. That TV is older than most of our subscribers.
That TV was so old. And I was like, where did they get this? What pawn shop did they go to find this TV? And he was like, I got me one of the pre-flat screens or whatever. I got me this cheap CRT, almost a flat screen.
That almost had a VCR attached to it, where you can put VCR and it's part of the TV.
You put the tape in there. You know my biggest disappointment about this? At the end of the segment, I know JD, Dominic, and Priest is taking charge. Rhea's not around. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
My biggest disappointment is when everybody left the room and Damian Priest put on turn the channels on the TV. I wanted it to be something old that was on TV. I don't know what it was. Maybe WWE Superstars or something old. Where he goes like, "What? Why is it playing this old shit?" Videos of Razor Ramon. Maybe the Bret Hart commercial.
Ted DiBiase versus Bret Hart.
Yeah,
just,
world. You know, if I ran WWE, that match would be featured once a year. It's like WWE classic moments in the vault. Bret Hart versus Ted DiBiase
from the vault, sponsored by Progressive.
Yes. This match has no commentary. There's no context. Just hear him walking it up. Oh. It's my top 20 greatest matches of all time, and it shouldn't be.
We go to Caden Carter and Katana Chance versus Tegan Knox and Natalia. Chelsea tells Tegan and Natty it's cute that they're trying to make their situation work. This isn't your meal ticket, Natty. No one's buying it. Natty says after the win, they're coming after those tag titles and they won't miss.
All right, Manny. Yes. On commentary, we're back to Wade and Mikey Boy. On commentary, where Wade Bear also said, "Oh, it's White Mike over there, Michael Cole." Then we have the name of Piper Nevin, where we're now calling her P, and then she corrects Wayne Barrett as in, no, it's Miss P, which I also will incorporate with, I'm sure that's trademark somewhere too, along with Yeet. And you don't want to know where that trademark is with Miss P. Manny Googles Miss P.
Commentary was it? My hands are up here. I'm not Googling anything. Chelsea the commentary was incredible, but then Carter and Chance pick up the win, and then Chelsea gets on the apron and gets drop kicked off it.
Yeah. Chelsea was unexplainably upset about the result of this match.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody was going to win, Chelsea. Somebody was going to win.
It's like she wanted Natty to succeed.
Yes, even though she was against her. My favorite moments of the match, Natty chanted for Tegan as the crowd trying to rally her on. And then the finish of the handstand drop to the thing, and I go, I've never seen anything like that. And
that's not that impressive, though. We could do that if we tried.
Bullshit, Manny. Bullshit. Who's on top? Who's on top? Huh?
Me, because I think I'm slightly lighter than you, I believe.
And you're gonna fall energetically on top of I guess Tegan.
Marcus, give us 2 months, we can get that move down. To a perfect science.
2 years later. You know how many times you would fall off the
ring? Speaking of I know we didn't mention it, but Giovanni's leap to the other leap from rope to other rope to moonsault is still incredible.
Yeah. Absolutely, it was absolutely incredible and angelic and beautiful to look at. Like he
Yeah,
floated for a bit in the air too. It was just like,
yeah, it was perfect.
yeah.
And then we get Cody Rhodes. He said he feared the mist as a kid from the Great Muta. After experiencing it firsthand last week from Nakamura, he said it was justified. He blames himself for not paying attention to the clues Nakamura was leaving, like it was Blue's Clues. He
Yeah,
knew.
like it was obvious. like he was spitting pictures of Dusty Rhodes and Snapfire or something.
And then this is the clueless one. He knew he had a target on his back when he declared himself for the Royal Rumble. This has nothing to do with the Royal Rumble, it seems.
Yeah, clearly you weren't following the clues. Clearly, this is someone lying. This is like when Donald Trump says, "Yeah, the perfect call, a million things." He says a million things that aren't true.
Yeah.
And then you go like, you know what? He got a point. No, he doesn't. There's nothing right about any of this.
Yeah, so he gives Shinsuke two options: emerge from the shadows and explain himself, or he can fight him right now. But Shinsuke has another idea: video package. The lights go out, and then says,
"Movie time."
He goes, "I burned your eyes last week, but tonight I will open them and show them what he is not seeing. The path they have taken is the same story. They both won the Royal Rumble and failed at WrestleMania, and suffered the same humiliation, with the devil whispering, 'You will never make it back.'" I've had that. He awoken him and inspired him to unburden Cody, to step into his shoes and take the story off his hands. Shinsuke never got to finish his story, so he will finish Cody's.
Manny, on what planet does any of this make sense? I just feel like Shinsuke failed to become WWE champion 6 years ago. Cody was in Japan at this point. Cody was in Japan. Chilling. Has nothing to do with any of this.
Well,
Shinsuke failed 6 years ago. It's like, there's been other people who failed to win the Royal Rumble match. Was he just going to target people who won the Rumble and didn't win the championship? Was that his goal?
Well, Shinsuke's
was he going after Roman next?
Shinsuke's plan is to unburden people. So he wanted to unburden Seth Rollins and his back by taking the World Heavyweight title from him. So he failed doing that. So what's next? He can unburden Cody from finishing the story.
Yeah, and I doubt that's going to happen. Shinsuke is not winning this feud. And also, I would like to get my Miz consistency. I would like the levels of consistency with my Miz. It seems like WWE Miz is not as strong as AEW Miz, because AEW Miz blinds you for like months and scar you for life. Sky Blue hasn't been the same since she got misted multiple times. I think Julia Hart became evil when she got misted.
She became the Undertaker.
Yeah. Hangman Page, I think, went blind after he got misted. Like it's just inconsistent. I want my Miz consistent. Give me the good shit.
Cody says until he stands in the ring with him, he doesn't rate him or respect him. It's never been part of his story to run from a fight. You keep saying we're the same. Prove it. Do you know what, though? I felt like this was really good storytelling.
I don't feel like
you don't understand it. I was like, do you know what?
Okay,
This is a good story.
Explain to me where we are consistently at with this story, Manny. What am I missing?
I think it's just something to tie them over to get to the Royal Rumble. Is they both failed at the biggest stage. Cody's kind of just been there. So has Shinsuke. Yeah. They kind of just been there floating around since winning the Royal Rumble. Nakamura for more than like 6 years.
Nakamura's had Boogs, Toyota commercials, and Intercontinental title reigns that no one's gonna remember.
Yeah, except us. And Cody's kind of just been there since WrestleMania. So it's kind of get Cody back on track. I think this is the one that gets Cody back on track of he's gonna maybe try and win the Royal Rumble. That may not be a success. He may have to win whatever to get a title match at the Elimination Chamber or whatnot. But it gets Cody back in that right track of we've derailed him since WrestleMania. I think it's to get him back on track because they have both failed. So it's a similar story. They're fighting. They're both going to end up fighting at the Royal Rumble to try and go back to the promised land of WrestleMania and winning at WrestleMania. So I think it's to get Cody back there, but there's so many things going into WrestleMania where it's like, oh, are we going to get a Rock? Oh, is it going to be this? Is it going to be CM Punk? Is it going to be this? It's just another storyline to just pump into WrestleMania of like, who's going to WrestleMania?
I see that. I get that part, but I still don't have a point for Nakamura attacking Cody.
What else is Cody going to do?
He has nothing. He has nothing.
He can't feud with the bloodline again.
You're missing a chapter in the Cody Rhodes story this year where he had Brock Lesnar beat him up in front of his mother, and his mother brushing it off and saying he ain't no Terry Funk. Hey, Terry Funk, bitch. Oh, what the fuck? I'm Brock
Lesnar. So we move into the penultimate match of the night. JD McDonough and Dirty Dom versus the Creeds. R-Truth believes he's part of the Judgment Day still.
Yes. Manny, when are the NFL belts going to go away? Do we have to see it all year?
When the NFL season's over, I think when the Super Bowl happens, we won't see them till the next season.
Yeah, there's no reason for R-Truth to be carrying that belt. The only belt I want to see R-Truth carrying is his baby, the 24/7 title.
Well, that's in a trash can somewhere.
The Judgment Day B Squad. The B Squad.
Yeah. Brutus pounces Dom across the announce table and then wins with the Brutus ball. Priest asks them what happened. JD tries to blame Truth, but Dom says the Creeds are the real deal. Him and Finn better watch out. JD says Priest and Finn got them, but they are legit.
Yeah, JD, of all the bad excuses, R-Truth did nothing.
He just sat there.
He just sat there. He existed.
Looking concerned. He sat there looking concerned.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. To put that loss on him is a shame on you, JD. That's why you're a bitch, JD. That's why you're a bitch. The Creeds look good, as always, and I think they need a new finisher. They need to stop with the Brutus ball. I hate that as the finisher.
I don't know that as a finish. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. Adam Pearce tells Seth he invited CM Punk to Raw next week to try and sign him to an exclusive Raw deal. Seth tells him, you do what you got to do. But when he shows the world his true colors and this blows up in your face, do me a favor, stay out my way when I got to do what I got to do.
Sounds like a man's about to commit a crime. My favorite thing about this, and this one annoyed me. Manny, I'm in the biggest match, quote unquote, of my life. My most recent title match. It's minutes away. Why are you coming at me with this bullshit right now? Why are you telling me?
I raise another question.
Why are you telling me?
I raise another question. I question Adam Pearce and his ability to do anything.
Yeah.
So last week we find out on Raw that Randy Orton's going to be on SmackDown.
Yes.
Nick Aldis doesn't reveal in any shape or form say that he's going to sign Randy Orton to a contract till the night of SmackDown. Yes. Why are you giving away your plan?
Yes.
A whole week away. CM Punk's appearing on SmackDown this week. Nick Aldis could sign him right there on Friday.
Manny, did you have Nick Aldis sign CM Punk to SmackDown as a part of your year?
No.
And Nick Aldis CM Punk segment happening this year, I did not have. But that will happen this Friday. And Pierce, you're a fool. You're a damn fool for this. And I also question, if I'm CM Punk, why would I sign with you, Pierce? If your world champion is standing in the middle of a hallway and doesn't have his own dressing room. That's my main question here. Seth is just there. He doesn't have a locker room.
He was on the way to the ring, Marcus. He wasn't getting ready in the hallway.
No, he was just standing there. He was kind of just standing there chilling. Like, I'm in my zone. I felt like he was dressing there. He doesn't have his own locker room.
He ain't the
like
Miz.
Roman.
He ain't the Miz.
God rest his soul. Hasn't been seen since Gunther chopped him.
This was a really good match. Seth wins with a stomp. But Drew McIntyre, aka the Fire Nation, attacks after the match. He attacks Jay after the match and suplexes him through a table, and then we get that shocking image of like him looking like he's saying, Marcus, my boy, that's
My
my
son.
son.
Like he didn't just commit murder. Oh, Drew seemed invincible at the end of this episode, and Seth Rollins dived at him, and he was like, "Bring the fuck away from me!" And just threw him away. Oh, I'm waiting for the Drew set me free shirt, as he said it multiple times. The truth will set you free, as he said it multiple times. I want R-Truth to just walk up to him and be like, "What's up?" And we get that match to settle their beef from 20 years ago.
So all in all, Marcus, I feel like this episode of Raw was like a new, different direction because there was so much wrestling on it, and they told stories as well. It wasn't like convoluted. A lot of them, you may find the Cody Rhodes one a little bit convoluted, but everything kind of made sense on the show.
Yeah, like everything had a purpose. Everything made sense. We're seem to be building somewhere. We're on the road to Royal Rumble, and I believe this is probably the second to last real Raw we're going to get before the holidays, where they just do a bunch of tape shows and stuff happens.
Do you think it's more because the Judgment Day wasn't the main focus of the show this week? I think.
Oh, you mean Rhea Ripley was missing, so they don't have to feature the Judgment Day?
Yeah,
what were they?
I don't know, but it felt like a better episode of Raw because they weren't focusing on the Judgment Day.
Yeah, like the main focus was what? Drew? Drew's the main character right now in Raw.
It was Drew. It was all lead into that main event, but like you said already, they emphasized the importance of tag matches because there was loads of them. But it felt like a reshuffling. It was like we need to make some of these people look like they could potentially win the Royal Rumble too.
Yeah. All right, on this show, who do you have winning the Rumble right now? That was featured on this show.
I still think I don't want it to be, but it looks like they could go Cody 2 years in a row.
It's looking like Cody. Like I don't see any other reason. Like Drew, if he loses the Rumble, he has a big excuse. And then we also, like the complete other route is if, not featured on the show, but mentioned on the show, CM Punk will win it and go after Seth. Or Roman. I think CM Punk winning it, and then the decision of who he's going after, either Rollins or Reigns, would be the more interesting story than Cody winning.
Yeah.
And Drew could just have excuses. And then you also have random Brock Lesnar appearance that probably show up at some point in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I feel like you could lead into Brock Lesnar. I kind of want that money match of Brock Lesnar versus Gunther at WrestleMania. That would be a big time match.
Yeah, I would set that up at Rumble, where Gunther or Lesnar eliminate one or the other, and then they fight off or something, or they eliminate each other, and it's just a chop to the face. Just like, fuck you.
Do you know, Gunther said in an interview that Penta is the person that chopped him the hardest.
I can see that. He hits really hard. I'm not sure what CM Punk or Xavier Woods
winning the Royal Rumble.
I can't see Woods winning. Big E's return should be a big deal if it does happen.
Ken Shamrock would die in the ring against Gunther at this age.
Hey, Manny, I would still watch it.
Of course, I'd still watch it. I'd still watch it. But then I'd be like, is this Ric Flair's last match all over again?
The reason that is spawned, Jamal brings that up, Ken Shamrock has re-signed with WWE recently. I'm assuming it's a legend deal. Probably entering the Hall of Fame this year.
Probably going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Because they've started to re-release Ken Shamrock merch.
Yeah. Manny, who would you have induct Ken Shamrock in the Hall of Fame?
It kind of has to be The Rock. Or
right?
anyone in the Nation and Domination. Because he did feud with them for like feels like 2 years.
Yeah. As you went that route, Manny, I'm going a different route. I am going with Ryan Shamrock into the Hall of Fame. As she ran through the entire roster in the Attitude Era and was gone from history weeks later.
Yeah, so yeah, Raw was a really good show. It was really easy to watch.
Yeah, it was an easy, lot of good wrestling and progressive stories. I like the venture we are on with Drew. And you know what? Rest in peace, Yeet. As the crowd seemed to be all for it, had their Yeet size and was shed Yeet, but they had no clue that they
it's
had
only going to get stronger, though.
package.
I know the way these fans work. It's only going to get stronger. They're going to have to do something. Casey Huffman's going to have to give up the trademark because she's going to get death threats from wrestling fans. Watch.
Well, Jay's going to cut a promo, and instead of they're going to say Yeet, and he doesn't actually have to say it. But I think they're going to get that trademark. I think Casey is going to give it up and be like, all right, you win.
What's she actually using it for? It can't be that big. I've never heard of her.
Yeah, and you know what? And Triple H is probably going, and you never will. You never will. Give me the Yeet. Give me the Yeet. We're like armies here. Give us we got the Yeets.
Jamal said SmackDown will be but except for Punk thing, it's a tribute to the Troop Show. Well, see, this is what I was trying to say on Saturday, but Marcus and Eric have kind of steered me in a different direction because they actually have decent matches lined up for it.
Yeah, I think it's a different addition of tribute to the Troops. This is the quote unquote Vince McMahon tape 4, 5, 17 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Where Shinsuke Nakamura is all of a sudden anti-American for one show. And he's fighting Chad Gable in the main event.
Oh, that's such a Vince thing to do.
It is. It is. Like, what? What is this? Boo America.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about this. So Okada's contract with New Japan is coming to an end or end of January 2024. The rumors are suggesting he's trying to explore new avenues of wrestling, so AEW and WWE. Where do you think he's going to end up?
I 1000%. I thought we talked about this. That may be
no, we talked about it in the pre-show where no one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry. I feel he's going to end up in AEW. He's already kind of shoot in there, and plus he can still do his New Japan dates. It would be nice if he showed up in the Royal. If the coin flipped in the Royal Rumble match, I don't know what the reaction would be in the quote-unquote WWE universe. Even though it's Rumble, the crowds are kind of up to everything. But I would flip out as into like, oh, this is impossible.
Like, yeah, I think you would. I don't necessarily think that many others would.
Yeah.
Because that Royal Rumble crowd is more a casual crowd. But then they did.
Do you think so? I think
they did pop for AJ, who's been in TNA and New Japan.
I think Royal Rumble crowds are more hardcore than you think. Maybe. I think that because I think it's always of who's coming out, and it could be anybody at every given moment, and it'll be like, oh, if these circumstances happen at the Royal Rumble, in which quote unquote Mercedes Moné shows up in the women's Royal Rumble,
that would be a bigger pop.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a bigger pop
absolutely.
Okada.
Absolutely. And Okada shows up in the Royal Rumble. I believe that is a death strike. You suck my battleship to AEW at this point.
Oh, by the way, I have now caught up on the Squid Game show. I am now waiting for the last episode.
Do you know who Hogan is?
I'm disappointed. You built up this Hogan character, and I got sad.
Yeah.
You built him up, Marcus. I don't know how far you're into. Are you?
I'm waiting for the last episode.
Yeah, so you built him up to be like, oh, he's gonna have it. No, he just got eliminated. And you don't even.
Yeah,
know
I told you, man. I told you he has no purpose. And you just look at him and you're like, oh, Hogan's still there. He made it to like the last 60 or whatever. And then you realize. The moment I realized he was gone, and this is a spoiler for the Squid Game reality show, it's on Netflix. Sorry for anybody that's watching. But the moment when they did the picnic and the marbles, and he was left by himself. And then the next episode was like, oh yeah, save people. I was like, there's no one's gonna save him. No one knows him. He doesn't exist. He had the picnic by himself. He got saved for marbles.
So Marcus, and do you know what? Out of the people that remain, the Asian lady needs to go.
Oh, I don't like her.
She's been nice too many times by everyone. She needs to go.
No, the thing, she's a liar, Betty. She was all about women unity, and then the first chance she get, I'm taking my boy, I'm taking my homie, I'm taking my dog. By the way, that women scheme was like, I was like, oh, those sons of bitches. When I was like, there's so many people getting eliminated. Yeah,
it all failed when they were playing almost their weird version of Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah, with betrayal. Oh, but it's been a fun, I thought, reality show, and I thought a good twist. I thought 4-3-2 was getting built up to this heel status.
Oh, he was
only get eliminated.
I hated him immediately.
Yeah, he got built up to this ultimate heel status, but the way he goes out is just like, oh, he had no control over anything. I enjoyed them playing battleships, and he was like, they had no strategy. They had no strategy. And you see them, and they're just like,
game.
There is strategy.
There isn't.
You can box people in and see where they're at, and
yeah, but
it is a lot of luck.
Where he immediately started contesting that she had no strategy, Marcus.
Yeah,
it was the first one. You don't know where you're gonna put it. Except the girl with the glasses, she's like, oh, strategically, everyone goes for D5. And I was like,
I thought it was C4. I thought it was C4 or T3 or something.
That was like D5 or something like that. I was like, I don't think that's strategically true.
I don't know. But C4 is what I always called out in Battleship, because I'm always like, explosives. My Battleship is, my strategy would be just, they put everybody in the corners. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Like, who would do that?
And I loved when they were playing marbles, when the two deaf people were like, he started causing a scene. He's like, oh, you're starting to sign? I never even knew.
That dude, fuck you! And she's like, you're really showing yourself right now. Like, oh, now you got sign language to me now? I've been deaf the whole time. What the fuck? I don't even know who you are, man. And I'm watching the show.
And then figures the moment he did that, I was like, that bitch.
Yeah. You know who the biggest ass of the show was? And it was in the Marbles episode. The guy that wouldn't budge. We're doing the throwing thing.
Yeah, he was.
The girl agrees to doing the throwing thing, and then it was next shot wins, and he was like, nah, I'm not agreeing. You didn't beat me.
Yeah,
what
he was an idiot. And then I think the other woman, when they all agreed to jump, and then the next person would take the next decision, and she just stood her ground. And then the moment he decided, I'm jumping anyway because I'm not. I was like, I'm just giving up, and he fell. Yeah. And then she was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to jump. And he's like, I made my jump now. And then next person, you go. So I feel like the Asian lady was justified when she targeted her the next round, but then she didn't explain herself well.
Yes. She did. She really had a hard way to explain. Like, no. But she was right. I wouldn't have jumped, man. I'm at a low number. I'm gonna die. I'm dying anyway. Yeah. I'm dying anyway. So I'm not jumping. I'm not like you guys gonna have to. You're gonna run out of time, and we all die. I enjoyed the basketball player's first jump when he just died. I don't know why that was funny to me.
It was so funny because they told a backstory for no reason.
Yeah, he went in slow motion too. And then he just went
backstory for no reason. That backstory went on for ages.
Yeah, just for him to die on the first jump. Die laughing on that. Oh, but yeah, that concludes our show. And
yeah.
Squid Game show is fun. It's been fun. I don't know why. I don't know how they broke it down to separate this stuff. I guess to make it last longer. I don't know. Just give me the episode.
I kind of want to see, because the last episode turned into a killing game. So I kind of want. when they
Yeah.
had the meal, when it was only 3 of them left. So I kind of want to see what happens.
You know what I'm disappointed about? They did, in the show they had like the rich guys who were gambling on it. Just give me some, give me
Yeah,
some
how are
rich
you
guys.
gonna do that? How are you
Just
gonna
give me
do
some
that?
rich guys. Just give me some sleazy. Give me like Mark Cuban or some random just give me the cast of
Vince
Shark
McMahon.
Tank.
Give me Vince McMahon and Ric Flair
Give me Vince
watching
with the
this.
mustache.
Vince and
Put
Ric
them in
Flair
masks.
watching this.
Yeah, put them in masks and just fuck around. They don't actually have to really be really gambling or caring if people live or die or harassing the servers, but just bring them in, fly them in just for fun.
Jamal, Marcus will text you what was going on about tomorrow. And if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe. Me and Marcus will be back on Thursday with AEW Dynamite and NXT as we move towards it's not turning point, deadline.
Wrong company, Manny. Yeah, we conclude the year. I thought the last show was deadline, but apparently
No, it's
no.
the week
We got
after.
one more week because Phil decided to come back on Monday.
Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, we'll be back. Peace out. We out.